Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome to the final Journaling on a Budget Starting Over video. Today is the final flip through and the start of the auction, which I'll give you those rules at the end. So to start with, we just have this little, this is one of the file folders we made in the series, excuse me. And so I just put some of the bits that we used during the series, or just other little bits that I had set aside possibly to use. These are just little snippets, the little snippets that I set aside. And here's a little book plate and just some words and handmade postage. And then we've got what's left of the butterflies that I purchased for the series. And there are some larger labels and some smaller labels. And, well, let me get that back in there. Then we have just some of the label stamps that we made. There's a few little tickets in the back there that I had set aside, but I never did use them. And then we have this, what do you call it? Plastic napkin or decoupage napkin. And just some of the funfetti paper, a little bit of the fabric that was used in it, what is left of the washi tape that we made. There are a couple little pieces of colorful here. It's a little bit colorful, but not very much. And then most of it is the darker colors, which I thought that I would use this half when I first started. I wound up using the other half because I wound up making this very colorful, which is not usually me. So then there are a few of the little folded pockets that we did, and some of the borders that we did. And so that is just something that's just going to go in with the journal so that you'll have a little bit extra if you need to put it somewhere. So this is our journal. I had a really good time making this. I hope that you had fun following along. And so we'll just go over. We have the front of the cover with the strings that we have here. And then we've got our dangle on the front. And we have our dangle on the side of the journal. And this is put on with a paper clip so that you can take it off if you want to. Or otherwise just slide it right back on there between the two signatures. And that's one of our hand-dyed, hand-dyed beads there. And then we've got some painted beads down here and some fibers. And the whole thing is held on with large headbands. So, and then this is what it looks like from the top and the back and the bottom. So that's what the outside of our journal looks like. Now let's just go through and see what we've done over these last 8 months. So we did corners also on the front cover. And then we covered the inside with some journaling, scrapbooking paper. Did some stenciling. It has a nameplate here with one of the little toilet paper embellishment molds that we did. A little recycle store sticky here. And then we have a couple of journaling cards in the first pocket with some stenciling and a pocket here. This is where we did our own stencil. We made our own stencil here. And then that's one of the borders that we did in this series. On the second page, we have the plastic napkin. And then that is covering a journaling spot here where we have a little bit of lines. And the feathers do show through from the other side, but light enough that you can still write on it. And it gives it pretty interest. We have a page here that can be used for journaling or to put pictures or to do some artwork. This again has one of our borders that we made during the series. On the next page, we have a little booklet just with some coffee dyed papers in it. And these are not connected, so that if you get to the point where you've used them all, you can just fold some more and just put them in there. We have a little stenciling here with one of the cardstock butterflies from the Dollar Tree and a pocket here with some lace. In this envelope, I put some journaling cards, and they just say, for the record, something to remember, something to treasure. And then it says another moment. So these are just things that you can use to write on. It says family, 365 extraordinary days. And I hope that we all have 365 extraordinary days this year. We've got one that says chit chat and great expectations. So, and I did round the corners on those and cut them down just a little bit so that they would fit in the envelope. And then on the next page here, we have a really large journaling tag, and you can also put a picture on the back of there. You can do some artwork on the back of there. We have some stenciling, some lace with this larger pocket here. Oh, and a music paper butterfly with another little embellishment from the recycle store. And then we have this card that you can use to write in. You can put photos in there, or you can use it as a card. And then we have these are napkins that we decoupaged on here, and this is one of our border strips that we made. We have another border strip here along with a fabric flip. And then we just have some writing space on the inside. That also just makes that page a little bit more sturdy. And then we have some lace here. It says celebrate. We've got a feather there and some more feathers on the journaling tags, which are from index cards, so they've got a place to write. We have this paper topper magnet to just go right on the top of your page there. And so you can move that around wherever you want it. That also has some of the little recycle store dots on it. And it says things that matter the most: love, hope, and peace. And then it also does have a little bit of a pocket here with the paper that I made that was from the label stamps. Then we have another tag here that you can use again for photos or journaling with some more of the what do you call it, label stamps. And this was actually done on stickers, so those are stuck on there. And then we have this gorgeous paper. That page is one of my favorites. There are a few in here that are just really beautiful. We have a collaged cluster paper clip there, and another one on the other side. Over here we have some ribbon across the top. We have a journaling card here that's on cardstock, and then some of the homemade tape that we made, some stenciling, and then this one opens up, and there are just 2 playing cards in there. They are still playing cards so that you can use them however you want to. You can just put paper on the back and use them for journaling, or you can use them as some of your mixed media where you may want those numbers to show. And on this side, again, this one is laid out just the same with another journaling card and 2 more playing cards there to use. On this side, we have some stenciling here on this hand-dyed paper. And this paper does have a little grunge spot there. And that is kind of covered up, not too necessarily covered up, but to keep it nice and safe, by another one of the over-the-edge magnet bookmarks or paper clips, whatever you want to call them. And again, more stenciling on this side. We have the other half of the envelope from the other side, and this one again has 3 of the journaling cards. It says noted. The 5, it says the big 5, some things: hope, feel, see, dream, and remember. This one says what's the story, and it says documented on the other side. And this one says noteworthy, and it gives the noteworthy, the definition. Okay. Worthy of notice or attention. I'm having a hard time seeing it. Remarkable achievement, significant, important in effect or meaning. And on this it says top 7 events, and it says things. So those are also in the envelope here. And that's also a place where you can put little tickets or whatever as you're collecting throughout the year, all the pockets and everything. Here we have another fabric flip that we made with the beads that we made here. We hand colored them, flowers we made, and then this is also, or is it? You know, that is magnetic. Haha, but I glued it down when I glued this envelope flip down on the other side. So that is a permanent flip. And so where there's writing space here and writing space up there and down here. And then in the center, there's just some decoration so that we could decorate the outside without worrying about whether it would be too bumpy to write on. That just tucks into there. More writing space here. Another pocket with one of the matchbook, what do you want to call it? The matchbook paper pad. And so there's just some papers in there. And one of the affirmation flowers, and this one says shine, with some dragonflies and hope, believe, and dream here on the pocket. And then the back page is left empty for pictures, writing, or doodling, whatever you want to do there. The second signature has a tissue paper flip, the funfetti that we made, with some lace across the top. And then we have a pocket here. It does not have a pocket here. Stenciled some arrows here. We have the lace here, dragonflies on the inside, and then this journaling card. Oh, and this one opens up to write inside of. So that goes there. Then over here we have 3 bookmarks that are contained in the plastic. And we have a beautiful paper here, another one of my favorites. This is one of the stencils that we made ourselves. And after we used it, we made it into a belly band. And that goes right in there. I did add a little cluster paper clip here, and I added a flower here on the bottom. I wasn't sure what to do with that because the paper was just so pretty and it was so busy over here. And I thought this was really just a nice addition that didn't, you know, it wasn't so in your face. We have a doily here, and then we have on this side some stenciling. This opens up for some space to doodle or write. We've got a pocket here with a couple of journaling cards and a lace flip here. So when you can write there, you can put your mementos in all of these pockets. And then on the other side, again, a couple more of journaling cards. This one says beautiful on it. Butterfly here. And then this one also is a writing space that opens up there. And that just flips underneath that butterfly wing. We've got a journaling card here, which is just scrapbooking paper, not cardstock. And then another one here. Large place to put photos or to do some writing. And then there's lots of space here also to add to. And those are 2 different pockets there with a little stenciling here on the bottom. Then we have this page, which has its Kool-Aid dyed with some sassafras leaves on it. A couple of little tags here. And a couple of the little funfetti, or large funfetti tags there. And then on this side, we have an envelope, which I did not put anything in. So I'll have to add something in there, and it'll have to be a surprise. And then on this side, we have this fabric magnetic bookmark. And then there's lots of places here to add whatever you would like to add to your journal. And those just go right over the page, and then it just clips right together. And then on this side we have a paper clip which has another affirmation flower which says love on it. On the other side of that paper clip we have another affirmation flower that says love. And then this is one of the flip downs that only flips down once because I had cut off the bottom piece when I was doing it. And I know a lot of you told me don't do that, but I did it, didn't I? So, and we also have the little secret place up there to write. And this is on the paper clip, so you can take it out if you would like to. It comes right off of there. And another piece of our border here at the bottom. This side of the envelope, we just have a cardstock flower or butterfly. And then on this side, a homemade flower that we did. Paper flowers or fabric flowers with a little center and a piece of Tyvek behind them. And again, I'll have to put something in that pocket. And on this side, we have a journaling card that tucks into this corner spot, which was put there because that is such a pretty, pretty sassafras leaf on that paper. I'll show it to you up close. Isn't that really gorgeous? So we didn't want to cover that up at all. And on the other side, you can see where it also came through. So very pretty. And so what we did was we just went ahead and we made a corner pocket to fit right on the corner of our page. And that also then gives us a tuck to tuck that into. And then on this side, we've got a beautiful picture here. And that goes ahead and makes it so that we still have this side ready. And in the back there, there's a secret little pocket that has a couple of journaling cards there, or cards to attach your tickets or anything like that to that you're saving. Also, you can put your secret stuff in there that you don't want anyone to see. Oops, that one has to go under there. Okay. And then on this side, we have this beautiful little girl that I made. I just love her, so I wanted to add her in here. We made the corner stamps to stamp on the corners, and she is a tuck spot, which I wasn't going to tuck anything behind her, but then as I was going through, I found this tag that I had made, and I thought that it was so pretty, and I just thought it so went with this page, and when I put it back there, I really liked it. So she does actually have a little tag back there. On this side, we have a little pocket here, and another pocket there. We've got some doodling around our corner stamps, and we have a writing spot, nice long one there. The other half of the doily. And then on this other one, this one I also wasn't sure what I was going to do, and I put a flower with a little bit of grass on the bottom just to give it a little interest. And then this one says, "They can't censor the gleam in my eye," and that is also a magnetic clip for your book. And on this side it says, rule number 1 is don't sweat the small stuff, and rule number 2 is it's all small stuff. The older you get, the more you will realize that that really is true. So, and then here we have a layered journaling spot, so you can journal on the backs of them. You can do pictures and stuff on the front. And then I just put a little bit of grass across the bottom here too, because I thought it looked really nice with what was on this layered flip down. And then that affirmation flower says dream. And the final page is a pocket with our own stenciling on it. And then we have a couple of journaling cards and a paper clip, cluster paper clip we made. We do have our pressing board and our writing board, and this is to put, if you want to write something on here, you can put it back there, and then you can write on here without having all the bumpiness of what is in the journal. And so that's what those are for. And then the back cover says, and now these 3 remain: faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. And I love the way that that fit in there. It fit in there so perfectly. This is a removable wall-mounted sticker, so it should, and I'm not going to try because I don't want to loosen it up, but it should peel off of there without wrecking the paper if you wanted to take that out of there. So that is our journal. I hope that you enjoyed this series. I really, really did. I'm going to have to figure out what next week is going to bring because I haven't decided on the next journal yet, and I'll have to get ready to get it started. But so we have the journal, and then we have just the little bit of bits that goes with it. And I will fill those pockets And I better write that down or I will forget. So, find a piece of paper here. There we go. Okay, and then how does the auction work? The auction starts today, right now as you're watching this. And so it starts today, January 20th of 2022 at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, which is the time my videos always come up in the mornings. It ends on Monday, that's this coming Monday, January 24th, 2022 at 5 p.m., 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and my time is Eastern Time. So that is the time that it ends, is 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And the way that the bidding works, the starting bid is $50. If you'd like to start the bid at $50, please feel free to do that. And just email me. My email address will be below. Email me your bid, because if you put your bid in YouTube, especially if it's right at the end, those comments do not come through always in a timely manner. So you need to make sure if you'd like to bid that you bid by the email so that you know that it got to me. And so after the first bid is made, the increments will be $1 per bid until it hits 150. If it hits 150, then the bids will go up to $5 per bid over 150. So if the bid is 50, you can bid 51, 52, whatever you want to bid. Once the bid hits 150, then the next bid would be 155, 160. I mean, you can bid whatever you'd like above that amount, but it needs to be at least $1 up to 150, and then after that, at least $5. So pre-bids are accepted. And what a pre-bid is, if you decide, I want to bid on this and I want to bid up to this amount and I have to be at work or whatever, so I'm going to give the amount by email, and then at that point in time, you will be the next highest bidder. So if the bid at that point in time, let's say you want to bid $200 and the bid at that point in time is $150. Your bid would go in at $155. If somebody came in and bid $160, I would automatically bid for you at $165. And then if somebody bid $170, I would automatically bid for you at $175, until if somebody bid $200, then you would be outbid because $200 was your top amount. And because if your bid was $195, the next bid would be $200. They would bid $200. So, but that is how a pre-bid works, and I will only bid if somebody else outbids you. Then I will bid the next bid for you until you run out of money or until you win the auction. So a lot of people like to do that because if they say, this is what I want to bid, and they're afraid if they get in there and they start bidding back and forth, then they might bid more than they want to bid. And, I mean, I've been at regular auctions where I've done that before. And it's like, I'm going to stop at $10, but, you're in the fray of that bidding and, it's like, oh, man, well, just another $5. So pre-bids are accepted, and I will do them in that manner. And then I will try and update this video in the description section as the bids go up. So you will know it all the time what the bid is. If you want to go in and bid, then you'll email me your bid. At the very end, when it gets down to be about 4:30 on Monday, because I've done this before, it seems at that point, that's when everybody wants to bid. And at that point in time, I don't have time to go from my email back to YouTube, change the YouTube amount, go back to my email and read the next email. So once I have to continue reading my emails one after another, especially if two people are going back and forth, I do not update this video any longer. And if you want to bid, you will just bid. And if your bid's not enough, I will just let you know the bid is currently $100 or whatever. If you bid $99, then you'll know you have to bid at least $105 or $101. So it pretty much runs just like a regular auction, except it ends at 5 o'clock. So if two people are going back and forth, the emails are timed. It's the time I get the email. So if you send the email at 4:59 and I get it. If it says $4.59, I will take that bid. If it says $5.01, then you passed 5 o'clock and the bidding was over, and whoever had the last bid would be the winner. So anyways, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email address is below if I haven't explained it well enough, but I hope that I have. Thank you very much for following along for these last 8 months. It's been a blast. And we'll start again next Thursday with something new. I don't know what kind of journal it will be, but we will start a new journal next week. So thank you very much for stopping by. I really do appreciate you, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.